Have you ever been interrupted by an endless stream of CAPTCHAs or found your account temporarily locked when using a VPN? What's going on, everyone? My name's Eric Hunsaker, and here on the VPN Nerds, we help you navigate the privacy tools that keep you safe without driving you crazy. In this video, we're diving into PureVPN's dedicated and shared IP options. We'll explore what these terms mean, why they impact your online experience, and how choosing the right one can help you reduce CAPTCHAs and avoid login blocks. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear idea of whether you should stick with a shared IP or invest in a dedicated one for smoother browsing. Understanding IP addresses and VPNs. So every device that connects to the internet is assigned an IP address, an identifier that tells websites and services where the traffic is coming from. When you use a VPN, you typically share an IP address with many other users. This collective anonymity makes it harder for advertisers, governments, or hackers to track your individual activity. At the same time, it can lead to some headaches. If someone else sharing the IP behaves badly, for example, sending spam or scraping data, websites may flag that IP as suspicious. You've probably experienced this if you've seen an unusual number of CAPTCHAs when browsing through a VPN server. A VPN solves many privacy problems, but it can also introduce new friction. Understanding the difference between shared and dedicated IP addresses will help you choose the right balance between convenience and anonymity. Shared IP addresses, how they work. Most VPN users are assigned a shared IP address by default. When you connect to a PureVPN server, you and many other users may be routed through the same IP. This setup offers two key benefits. First, it provides anonymity. If dozens or hundreds of people share the same IP, it's nearly impossible for websites to tie to a particular action back to you personally. Your traffic is mixed with others, creating a crowded highway where individual cars are hard to distinguish. Second, it allows the VPN provider to serve many customers efficiently, without needing a unique IP for each person. Pros and cons of shared IP. Pros: enhanced anonymity. Shared IP addresses make it difficult to link online activity to a specific user. This is why journalists, activists, and privacy enthusiasts prefer them. Cost effective. Because the cost of the IP is spread across many users, shared IP services are usually included in the base subscription price. Easy to switch. If one server's IP gets blocked or flagged, you can simply disconnect and reconnect to a different server, picking up a new shared IP in the process. Now for the cons. Bad neighbor effect. If someone sharing your IP abuses a service by spamming, hacking, or circumventing restrictions, the entire IP can be blacklisted. You might see more CAPTCHAs, longer login verification steps, or outright blocks on certain platforms. Inconsistent reputation. Because the IP's reputation depends on all users, you never know when it will be flagged. This inconsistency can be frustrating if you rely on stable access. Limited for whitelisting. Services that require a trusted IP, such as remote workplace logins or financial institutions, may not allow connections from shared IPs. Shared IP addresses are perfect for general browsing, streaming, and tasks where anonymity is more important than convenience. However, they can be troublesome if you run into constant verification challenges or need a stable connection for business. Dedicated IP addresses. A unique identity. So a dedicated IP address is reserved for a single user. When you purchase a dedicated IP add-on from PureVPN, you're assigned an IP address that no one else uses. Every time you connect to your dedicated server, you get the same IP. This consistent identity offers several advantages. Websites begin to recognize your IP and stop treating you like a stranger. That means fewer CAPTCHAs, smoother logins, and fewer blocks. Because you're the only one using the IP, you don't suffer from the bad neighbor effect. Pros and cons of dedicated IP. Pros: stable reputation. With a dedicated IP, you control the reputation of your address. If you use it responsibly, websites will see consistent behavior and stop challenging you with CAPTCHAs. Easier authentication. Some services, especially corporate networks or banking sites, allow you to whitelist a specific IP. A dedicated IP makes it possible to set up such whitelists, enabling you to log in securely without additional verification hurdles. Fewer interruptions. Because you're not sharing the IP, there is no risk of another user's actions causing blocks or slowdowns. This makes dedicated IPs ideal for online shopping, streaming, and remote work where reliability matters. Now for the cons. Reduced anonymity. A dedicated IP offers a stable identity, but that also means your activity comes from the same address every time. If a website or government were to track that IP, your actions could be more easily correlated. Some people find this trade-off unacceptable. Additional cost. Dedicated IPs are usually an add-on. With PureVPN, you pay a separate fee for the privilege of having your own address. This cost varies by location and subscription term. Single point of failure. feature. If your dedicated IP is blocked by a service for any reason, you don't have the option of hopping to another IP without switching back to a shared pool or paying for another dedicated IP. So dedicated IPs are ideal for users who need a reliable, consistent connection and are willing to give up a bit of anonymity in exchange for convenience. They shine in scenarios where you log into work servers, host websites, or manage systems that require a stable, trusted IP. When to use dedicated versus shared IP. So which option's right for you? The answer depends on your priorities and online habits. Choose shared IP if you value anonymity and you don't want your actions easily tracked back to a single IP. You don't mind occasional CAPTCHAs or login challenges in exchange for privacy. Your activities include streaming, casual browsing, or downloading content where service restrictions are minimal. Now you should choose a dedicated IP if you frequently encounter CAPTCHAs or account locks while using a VPN and you want a smoother experience. You need to access services that require a whitelisted IP, such as work servers, email marketing platforms, or online banking portals. You host services or run a website and want a stable IP to avoid DNS propagation issues or geolocation mismatches. You're comfortable paying an extra fee and you understand that your anonymity is slightly reduced. It's worth noting that some people maintain both. They use a shared IP for everyday browsing and switch to a dedicated IP for business transactions or specific tasks. PureVPN's app makes switching between these modes super straightforward once you purchase the dedicated IP add-on. PureVPN's dedicated IP feature. PureVPN offers the dedicated IP addresses in various regions, including the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Germany, and Australia. To get one, just log into your PureVPN account or click the link down below in the description and navigate to the dedicated IP section. Choose your desired location and complete the purchase. Within minutes, PureVPN assigns your unique IP. Once assigned, you'll find a new server option in the PureVPN app labeled with your dedicated IP. When you connect to this server, you'll be using your private address. Everything else in the app functions as usual. You can still switch between protocols like OpenVPN, WireGuard, and IPv2 to find the best balance of speed and security. If you decide you no longer need the dedicated IP, you can cancel the add-on through your account portal, though the fee is typically non-refundable. Setting up a dedicated IP with PureVPN. Ready to set up your dedicated IP? Here's a quick walkthrough. Purchase the add-on. Sign into your PureVPN account on the website. Go to dedicated IP and select your preferred region. Check the pricing and confirm the purchase. Install or update the app. If you haven't already, download the latest PureVPN app for your device. Dedicated IP functionality works across Windows, Mac OS, iOS, Android, and browser extensions. Locate your dedicated server. Open the app and look for the section labeled My IP or Dedicated IP. You'll see the IP that you purchased listed as a server location. Connect. Click or tap on your dedicated IP server to initiate the connection. The app will handle the encryption and routing just like any other server, but now you'll be the only person using that IP. Test your connection. Visit a site like whatsmyipaddress.com to confirm that the IP displayed matches your dedicated IP. This step ensures that the connection is working properly. From here on out, anytime you need your stable identity, connect to your dedicated IP server. When you want to blend back into the crowd, disconnect and use the shared servers. Managing CAPTCHAs and login blocks. If you're still seeing CAPTCHAs after moving to a dedicated IP, then start by clearing your browser cookies and cache. Some services use browser fingerprints in addition to IP address for verification. Logging in from a clean browser can help. You can also contact the support team of the services you're using to ask why your address might be flagged. In some cases, they can manually remove blocks or adjust security settings once they know the IP belongs to a real user. For people who continue to use shared IPs, consider rotating between servers when you encounter a blockage. If one IP is blocked, disconnect and reconnect to a different server. PureVPN runs many servers in each region, so you'll likely find one that isn't flagged. Enabling features like PureVPN's dedicated streaming or peer-to-peer servers can also route you to less congested IPs. Understanding the distinction between shared and dedicated IP addresses empowers you to tailor your VPN experience to your needs. Shared IPs offer robust anonymity, but can lead to CAPTCHAs and blocked logins due to the actions of other users. Dedicated IPs provide a stable online identity, reducing the headaches of constant verifications and improving access to services that require consistent IPs. But they come at an additional cost and reduce your anonymity. PureVPN makes it easy to switch between these modes, giving you the flexibility to choose what works best for you. So if you've wrestled with CAPTCHAs or had accounts locked while using a VPN, a dedicated IP might be worth considering. On the other hand, if you prioritize privacy above all else and you don't mind a little extra friction, sticking with shared IPs is still a solid solid choice. So if you want to get started with PureVPN, we've got a link for you down in the description below, which will bring you to this page right here. You can go ahead and start a 7-day trial for just 99 cents. Now again, this is a affiliate link, which means we do earn a small commission if you use it at no extra cost to you. And these commissions really help support the channel and allow us to continue to create free content just like this. So if you end up using them, we thank you so much in advance. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Here on the channel, we cover everything from VPNs and cybersecurity to how to stay safe online and detailed product comparisons, so be sure and subscribe. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.